Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, I have a super fun one to talk about today, which, don't I say that a lot? Well, that's because a lot of this is really good. But I am super excited to talk about this. This next one is called Double Cross at Ord Mantell. It was in Star Wars Gamer issue number 5, and it was written by Michael McAleen. And this one basically stars bounty hunter Cypher Boss, as he's on Ord Mantell, you know, doing his business, as bounty hunters say. I don't know if bounty hunters say that. Anyway, the story is extremely short. I mean, we're talking like 2 pages, maybe 3. I think it's 3 pages. Very little, not much there. And it's, in my opinion, it's not really that good, not really worth your time. But it's a short story. I had to mention it here. Now, the real one that I want to talk about is one that I'm super excited about because it's not a book. It's not a comic book. It's not even a short story. It's a record. Yes, it's recorded. There is a recorded piece of EU history. I don't know if you knew this. Some of you probably did. But it's called Rebel Mission at Ord Mantell. And this one, Han, Luke, and Leia are on Ord Mantell. And of course, they encounter a bounty hunter. Now, is this the bounty hunter that Han spoke about in Empire Strikes Back? Because you know, at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, he tells Leia, yeah, well, the bounty hunter we ran into at Ord Mantell changed my mind. You know, it was just a throwaway sentence that a lot of people grab stories from, unfortunately. I remember Westing Games gave an example of who that bounty hunter was, or they suggested who it may be. Archie Goodwin did a news strip about it that I think I've already reviewed. And now, of course, here I am giving you the 3rd account, and it was in audio only. But you know who it was written by? Brian Daley. That's right. The man who gave us the Han Solo trilogy was also tasked to write an audio story that was going to come out in record form. Here's my record, actually. I still have it. This is an original one I had when I was a kid. This is just one I got on eBay a long time ago because I wanted to get it. I thought it was a recounting of the Dark Horse, well, the news strips, which came out in Dark Horse Comics. I thought it was a recounting, but later on I heard it wasn't, so of course I had to get the record, and I have it. Now, I haven't played it in a while, but I really should. I need to play this again. I do have a record player. I don't know how much this goes for. I don't know how rare it is. I hope it's not that expensive if you want it and you have a record player. I think it's worth your time. I also think you can look this up on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, as well. I think they have the audio version on YouTube. And it's basically just another account on Ord Mantell. Now, people say this all the time. Well, I don't know if anyone on my channel has said this, but I've heard it online. Is this a contradiction? Because it seems like Han encountered 3 different bounty hunters on Ord Mantell at different times. No, not really. Because remember, Han is never specific on which bounty hunter it was that changed his mind. I mean, and Ord Mantell is a place where you would travel frequently, maybe, like other places, like Coruscant. Well, of course, they wouldn't go to Imperial City that much, but you know what I mean. There could be places they visit more often than others. And Ord Mantell, every time they visit there, hey, the place is chock full of bounty hunters that want Han's head. I don't see anything wrong with that. So there's no contradiction here. It is kind of wild that 3 people made the same story, and why they keep letting them make the same, mistake over and over again. I'd like to say that, I wouldn't say mistake, but why would they keep letting them write the same story over and over again? I think it was because all of these came out really early. I mean, we're talking like late all of this was early 80s. I think well, except for Westing Games, but the 2 stories were, close together. When was this? This was, okay, well, for some reason it doesn't say here, but I think this was 82, 83 maybe, when that came out. Now, should you get this record? I mean, if you want it, yeah. If you don't have a record player, I don't know why you'd get one. But I'm almost positive you can listen to the whole audio thing on YouTube, one and done, and that be it. Save it to your favorites if you ever want to look it up again. I'm glad I have a copy, and like I said, next time I have the old record spinning, I may pop that one in just for fun. I do think it's kind of interesting that they brought Brian Daley in on it, because, I mean, yeah, he did write the Han Solo trilogy. That's where they knew him from. But someone to write something that epic, to writing something so easy, in my opinion, that's kind of wild. But hey, I love it. I love it all the same. All right, folks, that is all the time I have for now. See you next time with another video.